brothers, the Emperor protects!
Why, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Asmogan, and we got some news, we got some updates. Technically I'm a day late to this, unfortunately my notifications weren't working, and I didn't get the notif from Warhammer, the Warhammer channel, that these updates had gone up, so I had to turn that back on. In fact, I didn't do that. I gotta do that right now. There we go, turn back on. Now, so we got two updates. This is I guess for a lot of people, this is going to be the bigger one, so we're going to save it for last. But I'll show it off first. Yeah, we got Angron, but we'll talk about that in a second. The smaller one, and the one I care about personally more, because right now I'm very much into the new Horus Heresy game. I really want to get a game together, maybe with a friend. Probably set one up at my nearby hobby store just to try it out once I have enough models painted up. Which I'm working on slowly but surely. But that aside, they have released there's a new tank coming for the new Horus Heresy Mark II game. Well, not necessarily, obviously, whenever we're talking about the Horus Heresy stuff, new is depending on what you mean. Lore-wise, not new, obviously. But we have coming the Deimos Predator. The Deimos Predator tank is on the way. It's got many different options, I mean, Gravis Las Cannon, Volkite, you name it, it's got the works. It's got its own unique cannon barrel, yada, yada, yada. It looks like a nice tank. I think it looks good, but we all know the pricing is going to be really bad. So to be honest, what I'm excited for is not actually this model, but people's STLs of this model. Come on, Warhammer community, the 3D modelers out there. I mean, I could do it, but I'm lazy. Oh, not really. I'm actually working on more Warglaive stuff. I wouldn't want to waste my time trying to like remodel this out. And I'm not gonna buy one just to scan it. You know, that's illegal. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited for when we get some STLs of this, and I recommend to everybody out there who's also of the same mindset and practice of me of 3D printing everything for like stuff like this. I highly recommend. If you see someone put up an STL of this, get it. Don't wait. If you wait, Jimmy will probably take it down. So keep your eyes peeled on Colts, on Thingiverse. You know what to do. You know what to do, my brothers. Anyway, yeah, I'm excited for when the STLs get made of this, and that's why I'm excited for the announcement. Not because GW is selling it, because we all know they're probably going to sell this for a hot ticket. This is not going to be a cheap purchase, but it'll be one hell of a cheap print. Anyway, wanted to throw that out there. I'm more interested in that regardless. But for the personally less invested topic to bring up real quick, Angron. That's right. We got the Demon Prince, the Demon Primarch of Khorne. That being Angron. For the 40k game, which I don't know, personally I'm of the mindset of finally, like this took a hot bloody minute for this to come out. I mean, we've had Mortarion, the Demon Primarch, forever. We've had Magnus, the Demon Primarch, forever. And now we're finally getting another one, that being Angron. I mean, took them a while, but okay. When are we going to get Fulgrim? Okay? When are we going to get fully? Where's Fulgrimmy? I want him now. Thank you. I don't even play him for children, but at this point, you owe it. But yeah, Angron is coming to the game. Angron, the new model. This is now. I do want to talk about this for a second. I'm not a World Users player. I will throw that out right now. If I were to get this model, which I probably wouldn't. Again, STLs. Just saying. And I just want to point this out, there have been really damn good Demon Primarch STLs for all of the titular characters, from Mortarion to Fulgrim, even to Magnus to Angron. People have made creative works of them, and you know, if you hunt well enough in the STL normal hunting grounds like Colts and Thingiverse and stuff like that, you are likely to find ones that look better than this. But for a GW model, this looks really sexy. It does look really nice. The paint job is really good, and it does look like a solid model. It just hurts to know it's going to probably cost me an arm and a leg to buy. But anyway, there are a couple of criticisms I have, though, about the model. They're very minor, but fuck it. This is a video. I'll nitpick a little bit here. My biggest problem with the model, the GW official model of Angron, is, well, a friend of mine pointed this out, and I had to double check it. I don't think it's correct, but he might be correct. But he said that that Angron shouldn't have a chain axe. Like, he tossed both of them aside after becoming a Demon Primarch. I don't remember that off the top of my head. That sounds like it could be accurate and would make sense, given the transformation. But at the same time, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that he can't get another one or get one back. Like, I'm not gonna say that they're not allowed to do that. I think that's fair. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even really a fan of any of the new lore for 40k anyway. So if they do write in a story explaining why he has a chain axe again, okay. But that's again under the assumption that my friend is correct and that he did toss both of them aside. I don't remember that, but it does sound like it could be accurate. But that lore stuff aside, other than that, I do gotta say, well, one other lore thing. I gotta say that it looks accurate to the lore other than that. Like, this is pretty much what I've always visualized when listening to the audiobooks or when reading the books myself or when seeing artwork of the depiction of the Demon Primarch Angron. He has always been kind of displayed as a souped-up, roided-out bloodthirster, pretty much. Like, that's Angron in a nutshell. He basically became a fucking bloodthirster, but a little bit more roided. So, pretty much on point there. I think the butcher nails look pretty good on his head. And they got that dreadlock feel from a distance, so nice. And again, I think the mold is pretty solid. It looks pretty good. I think I'll be interested to see the first, like, fan-painted version of this. Like, if people go a little bit rogue with it and get a bit creative with it, I'd love to see, like, maybe, like, a lava pattern on the wings. Maybe do something creative, like an eyes glow effect. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to be very curious to see what people do with the model when it officially hits, like, the shelves and stuff. But now that moving on from the lore stuff, just talking about, like, the model itself. Like I said, I like the detail. I like how the model looks. The thing that I don't necessarily fall in love with is the pose. The pose is my only problem with this model. Because for me, Angron looks like he's in not necessarily a defensive pose, but he looks like he's holding his ground against something in this. Like he's bearded up, bracing himself for conflict. And, you could make the argument, okay, well, he's about to go into the fray. This model's not necessarily displaying him in the fray. But for me, like, with all the models that I've seen, and some of my favorites are always ones that kind of depict them, like, what they would look like in the midst of battle, not bracing themselves for it. I mean, like, just look at Dominion Zephon. Dominion Zephon, he looks like he's in the middle of the thicket, or the pose he has also makes it look like he might be entering the fray. Both can work. But with Angron, I think the Forge World, the Forge World Finecast resin model got it, like, dead on. Like, he's running into battle, like, with two Space Marines on either side that he's killed, stepping on one as well. That's pure Angron. And somehow this feels more static to me. This feels less dynamic than that. Despite the fact that the model has so many more bits and pieces and has so much more to it, I feel like the end posture, though, just doesn't fit the character of Angron. Like, I can't get over the difference there, because how is it the Demon Primarch, where he's full on become just a rage machine, looks less like he's like ripping and tearing through the battle than his resin model, pre-demon transformation? I don't know, like, I feel like they could have done a different pose. Maybe just have him, like, outstretched, like, with one leg up, like he's running into the fray. I don't know. I know it's very nitpicky, and I already acknowledged that, but for me, I would have preferred that over this. But that's personal opinion. And like I said, I'm not a World Eaters player, so if you are a World Eaters player and you are and you love this model through and through, and even love the pose, that's perfectly fine. But I'm just saying, like, for me and my tastes, and like when I think of Angron, I think of that running into the fray like a man possessed. before he was possessed. Anyway, those are the two big announcements. Aesthetically, aesthetically, just to mention a little bit about the graphics. About the Deimos Predator. I think Deimos Predator looks very boxy, very square. But I'm okay with that. I like tanks that feel more like rugged and more industrial. So I do like the design of the Deimos Predator. I don't think I like it more than the Kratos, but I do think this is a nice looking tank, and I can't wait for an STL. So anyway, artists, get out there, get on it, sell it on Colts or on 3D. I don't know, sell it somewhere, and I'll buy it. Gimme. I'd rather make a $5 purchase of an STL and then print off as many as I want than buy 2 of them and then have to empty out the bank. Anywho, so yeah, those are just 2 big. Well, one of them is bigger to me personally, but maybe not to everybody. Obviously, most people are going to be big on the Angron thing. And yeah, again, I'm excited. I think the model looks good. I think it looks solid. The only gripe I have is a nitpick about the pose. Other than that, I think it looks good, and I might pick up an STL of this, or if someone were to gift me like the Angron model, or ask me to, or if I got commissioned to do this, I would love it if someone commissioned me to do an Angron model. That would be a lot of fun. Bitch to paint just looking at it, but it would be really fun. But I don't think I would get this for myself, and I certainly wouldn't buy GW official unless I felt like I had to, and that's only if I couldn't find a better STL. Anywho, yeah, so that does it for my reporting. So yeah, those are the 2 big things. Angron, the Demon Primarch, has been revealed, and the Deimos Predator is also out for my fellow Horse Heresy enthusiasts, which, by the way, it seems like Horse Heresy is really like ramping up. A lot of people seem to be excited for it, and in some ways, people are starting to become more excited and more hyped for the Horse Heresy game than they are for mainline GW. Sorry, mainline 40k. GW. It's all GW. Anyway, mainline 40k. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me on that last point? Are more and more people getting seemingly more excited and more interesting to the Horse Heresy game, which harkens back to the better days of the hobby? Or do you think that it's still mainly 40k? More people are interested in 40k than they are in the new Horse Heresy Mark II. I don't know. Throw it out there. Let me know, and I'd love to get your perspective. But until next time, I've been Asmogan, and I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to subscribe and like. Love ya. Bye.